Spoiled Ballots 101. This is education for every Canadian thinking about doing it. I'm going to myth bust what's fact versus what's fiction, absolutely. Let's start with rights in this country called Canada under our constitutional monarchy. All Canadians, First Peoples, whether you know this or not, you are given only two rights in this country: run in an election or vote in an election. Those are the only two rights in Canada that can't be taken away from you. Now they can change the process, they can do a lot to manipulate that. We all know they can do early elections, drop of the hat elections, unscheduled elections, just like right now. But folks, outside of all other rights in Canada, those are the only two all of you have. This idea that it's government property, your ballot. Here, let's go through some actuals that are undeniable, unmythbustable, that are written, cemented in law over elections. Your ballot cannot be refused. You get your ballot, that's your ballot. That's the only thing that's yours, absolute, in this country. Whether we argue about the merits of that ballot or not, that's yours. Can't be refused. You can't refuse your ballot. You don't have to vote, you don't have to show up, but you're not allowed to go in there and say, I refuse my ballot. That's your ballot, whether you use it or not. Now, in the idea of spoiling the ballot, why it's actually effectual, and night's coming on me real quick here, got off work, everybody. But the spoiled ballot, you go in there, you can write your name on it, wreck it, you can use a Sharpie, a pen, anything you want. If you don't use their pencil and mark that ballot that's yours, if you do anything outside of that pencil in the box, that circle or that box you fill in according to how they tell you to do it, that's called spoiled. It'll be rejected, or multiple votes or whatever you want to do, or a line through it, that's called spoiled. It goes in a pile. When they go to count it, they put that in what's called a spoiled pile. Chief Electoral Officer sees that sealed, goes on. There's the count. If machines are used, some provinces use machines. They do that. Federally, I'm not so sure about that right now. I believe it's still hand counted. I could be wrong. Maybe some provinces like Alberta and Ontario are using the machines. I know they do that provincially because I was a part of that. I also know federally that's how it's done. That's what's written. You can go look at it. It's in the link of what happens. But let's just say, like my election 2019, two parties, NDP and Conservative, fight for that riding tooth and nail, and it's very, very close. And it turns out it's so close, in fact, it's in the parameters of contestment. And it's contested. Those two parties, first place and second place, get to come in and watch as they recount and go through all the ballots. And those two party officials of the parties get to witness and overlook the ballots, meaning the spoiled ballots too, that were in a first count sealed envelope, unsealed, recounted in their presence. That's on a contestment. Now, you've seen and you've heard of court ordered, where the court looks at it and says, yeah, it's even a more narrower margin. We're going to go through all ballots spoiled too. And they go through it, and the judge overlooks, and people are there, and the parties. We're talking 2, 3, even 4 counts. Where your spoiled ballot, like what I'm saying I'm going to do, which others have done, you take a big red Sharpie or pen or whatever you want to do. Red's really great. You write PCC. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not telling you how to vote. I don't do that. I'm writing PCC, Party of the Canadian Constitutionalists. in a big red Sharpie on election day. I know people are doing it in early ballots right now in their provinces. I'm out of town. Day before I go back to Alberta, I'll be voting here. And there's a process for that. You're all going to see me do it Facebook Live. I'm going to write PCC, Party of the Canadian Constitutionalists, red Sharpie. Then I'm going to write Canada, the 51st state. And then I'm going to write my name at the bottom in bold capital letters. I'll run that Facebook Live for all of you. If my ballot goes in and there's contestment, it most certainly will be unsealed from the spoiled. It will be witnessed by those two, first and second, in the contestment. More than that, if it's even closer and worse, it's going to get resealed, go to the judge. Judge will look at it, unseal it. They'll go through the whole process again, upwards of 4 times. Your ballot, if I do that written, it could see that 4 times, meaning multiple people from those parties are going to see my name, my party that should have been, and see Canada, the 51st state. And I'm proud to do that. I would rather do that than not vote. I'd rather do that after everything that's happened. That's all real, credible, verifiable. I've participated in that. I've had people work for Elections Canada in all 3 of those processes. I've put it all for you all there. It's all in the link. You can read through it. Nothing I've said is, 1, not true or myth-bustable. So anybody spewing, I've been in that, blah, blah, blah. I've been in it. I've been a candidate. I've been in it. I've been there to see it. And I've most certainly been through the whole process, including the machines. I've seen it all go down. Being there, did it, done it. And there's the law for all of you. You can pull it. You can even participate if you volunteer, or if you're with one of the parties who goes through contestment, you could be one of those people. I know people who've done it. I've been a participant. I know. It's true, credible, real, verifiable. Everybody does what they want. I don't tell people how to vote. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm even going to shoot a Facebook Live going through all of it, showing you how to even vote outside of your province, which is going to be me right here in Ontario. You're going to see it. You're going to see the whole process. And it's going to go in the ballot box. And you know what? If it gets contested, which ridings do, you could end up being viewed 4 times and by 2 political parties. I think that's great. I'm going to do that. That's going to be my stand. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to let a bunch of lunatics from the far reaches of the right or left tell me how it is. Because you don't know. You don't. And that's not how it works. I myth bust all that. All propaganda, all people's delusions. Sheeple, every one of them. And I am no sheeple. And you know what? I would love to see my ballot go through a process like that. I'm not saying it will, but I know for sure my ballot will be counted 2 times no matter what I do. And it'll be viewed by people. And I like that. I like the idea of that. And you know what? It plants seeds. You choose what you want to do, but I'm not voting for any more crown. I'm done with this country. Finito. Finished. Done. That's me. You choose you, I choose me. God bless. That's how it is. Education 101, as it really is. And if you want to learn more, there's a great British tradition on spoilt ballots, and then there's a big American tradition called spoiled ballots. They don't teach this to subjects of Canada in the colony. They'll never teach you. They just keep telling you, oh, no. Vote for your dictator. Just do it. That way you've got to live with it because you participated. You participated in their bullshit. That's not going to be me ever again. It hasn't been me since 2019, and it never will be. And I'll be rolling this out as another education. The more people that do it, the more messages you send. Because at some point, the more and more people who do it and get disenfranchised, the spoiled pile will go higher and higher. And then maybe these politicians have to start thinking, I better start winning the crowd that's in the majority spoiled. Maybe one day we'll get there. I think this country is in a lot more trouble long before that'll ever happen. But it's not going to change the fact that I'll be able to prove I didn't vote for any of these motherfuckers. Not a one. That's my video. Share. Get it out there. you'll see on voting day. I'll be in suit and tie. I'll run through it with my big bright red Sharpie. Can't miss it. Bye now.